Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your mind never shuts up? You think too much and still feel behind everyone else. You see people studying less, scrolling more, but somehow getting better results. And you think, what's wrong with me? Stay here, because some of the habits you hate about yourself might actually mean you're more intelligent than you think. You're not broken. If you're a student, life feels heavy right now. Procrastination, burnout, no focus, no motivation. You sit to study, open the book, and suddenly 1 hour is gone. Nothing done. And the worst part, you don't feel lazy. You feel guilty, like you're wasting potential. But listen carefully. Highly intelligent people often struggle more, not less. Let me show you why. Habit 1. You overthink everything. You don't just think, you analyze, replay conversations, predict outcomes, plan 10 steps ahead. Your brain doesn't stop. This isn't weakness. Science shows high intelligence brains simulate more possibilities. Your mind is like a powerful computer running too many programs at once. Quick action. Don't try to stop thinking. Instead, externalize it. Grab paper, write everything down. Messy, fast, no judging. Clarity comes after expression. Habit 2. You hate small talk. You get bored easily. Gossip, pointless chats, endless scrolling. Your brain craves meaning. Psychology shows intelligent people need deeper stimulation to stay engaged. That's why shallow content drains you faster. Quick action. Swap quantity for depth. Instead of 30 minutes scrolling, watch one meaningful video. Read 2 pages. Solve 5 problems. Depth feeds your brain. Habit 3. You procrastinate a lot. This one hurts. You know what to do, you know it's important, but you delay. Not because you're lazy, but because smart brains fear wasted effort. You want the perfect plan before starting. Quick action. Use the 5-minute rule. Say, I'll do this badly for 5 minutes. No pressure, no perfection. Momentum beats motivation. Habit 4. You doubt yourself. Here's a strange truth. The smarter you are, the more you realize how much you don't know. This is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Loud confidence often comes from ignorance. Quiet doubt comes from awareness. Quick action. When self-doubt hits, ask, what's one small thing I do know? Confidence grows from evidence, not ego. Habit 5. You need a lot of alone time. You're not antisocial, you're mentally tired. Your brain processes deeply. That costs energy. That's why silence feels healing, and nights feel productive. Quick action. Create a daily quiet window. No phone, no music, just you and a notebook. Even 10 minutes resets your mind. Habit 6. You struggle with simple routines. You understand complex ideas, but forget deadlines, miss basics, lose track of time. Because smart brains love thinking, not systems. Quick action. Automate the boring stuff. Same study time, same place, same order. Save your brain power for real thinking. Habit 7. You feel different. You don't feel better than others, you feel different. School rewards memorization. Your brain wants understanding. Remember this. A fish looks stupid when judged by how it climbs a tree. You're not behind. You're just built differently. If no one has told you this before, let me say it now. You're not broken. You're overwhelmed because your mind is powerful, and powerful minds need the right direction. Motivational point. Stop fighting your brain. Learn how it works. Design habits around it. Small steps, daily progress, no perfection. You don't need to become someone else. You need to become aligned. Have you ever sat at your desk for hours? Notes open, laptop on, brain tired, but nothing actually moved forward? You weren't scrolling, you weren't sleeping, you were thinking, planning, replanning, rewriting the same idea again and again. And at the end of the day, you felt exhausted, but also guilty. Like, why am I tired if I didn't even do anything? If that's you, listen closely. This video might explain your last 6 months. Overthinking feels like work. Overthinking feels productive because it looks like effort. You're reading, watching videos, making plans, organizing tasks. Your brain says, "See, I'm trying." Psychologists say this happens because thinking gives your brain small dopamine rewards, the same chemical you get from progress. But here's the problem. Your brain can't tell the difference between thinking about action and taking action, so it rewards you anyway. You feel busy, but you're not moving. That's the trap. Morning, when overthinking starts. Think about your morning. You wake up, you already feel behind. So instead of starting, you plan harder. You open your to-do list, you rewrite it, you think, let me just figure everything out first. But clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. Science shows the brain gains confidence after action, not before it. Quick fix right now. In the morning, don't plan your whole day. Choose one tiny task, start it immediately. Momentum beats motivation, every time. Afternoon, procrastination in disguise. By afternoon, your brain is tired, so overthinking changes its outfit. Now it looks like research. You watch one more video, read one more article, tell yourself, I'm learning. But deep down, you're avoiding the discomfort of starting badly. Students don't procrastinate because they're lazy. They procrastinate because they're afraid to do it wrong. Overthinking protects your ego. If you don't start, you can't fail. But the brain learns something dangerous here. It learns that avoidance equals safety. Quick fix. Start ugly. Write badly. Submit imperfect work. Progress comes from embarrassment, not perfection. Evening. Mental burnout. By evening, you feel drained. Not from work, from decision fatigue. Your brain has been simulating outcomes all day. What if I fail? What if I choose wrong? What if this isn't enough? Studies show too many decisions shut the brain down. So you choose comfort. Phone, bed, delay. And then comes the guilt. Quick fix. Make small decisions fast. Save thinking energy for one important task. Less choices means more peace. The real reason smart students overthink. Here's the hard truth. Smart people overthink more because they can see more risks, more outcomes, more what-ifs. But intelligence without action becomes anxiety. Your brain is not designed to live in the future all day. It's designed to move. One mindset shift. Ask yourself, what would an average person do next? Then do that. Simple actions beat complex thoughts. The turning point. Let me say this clearly. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not behind. Your brain just learned the wrong habit, and habits can be retrained. Action calms anxiety. Movement creates clarity. Thinking follows doing, not the other way around. Start before you're ready. That's how confidence is built. Final words. If this felt personal, that's because you're not alone. Every focused student you admire once sat exactly where you are now, overthinking, stuck, quietly frustrated. The difference, they moved anyway. If highly intelligence is usually seen as a gift, something people admire, something parents hope for, something society rewards. But there's a side of intelligence people don't talk about, a quieter side, a heavier side. Because being highly intelligent doesn't just change how you think, it changes how you feel, how you decide, and how you move through life. Today, we're talking about the dark side of high intelligence, 8 psychological struggles that many smart people silently live with, often without realizing intelligence is part of the reason. If any of these feel uncomfortably familiar, this video might explain more than you expect. 1. Chronic overthinking. Highly intelligent minds don't stop easily. They analyze, they simulate, they explore every possible outcome. What looks like careful thinking quickly becomes mental overload. Instead of choosing, the mind keeps searching for the perfect option. Instead of acting, it keeps refining the idea. Psychologically, this happens because intelligent brains are better at imagining consequences. But the downside is paralysis. The more you can think, the harder it becomes to move. Overthinking feels productive, but often replaces action entirely. 2. Emotional intensity. Smart people often feel more, not less. Research shows higher intelligence is linked to stronger emotional processing. That means deeper joy, but also deeper anxiety, frustration, and sadness. Small problems don't stay small. Minor mistakes feel personal. Uncertainty feels loud. Because the mind understands complexity, it also feels complexity. This emotional depth can be beautiful, but without regulation, it becomes exhausting. You don't just experience emotions, you live inside them. 3. Existential anxiety. Highly intelligent people think beyond daily survival. They question meaning, purpose, time, mortality, direction. While others move comfortably through routines, smart minds ask, why am I doing this? Is this enough? Is this the right life? These questions don't have quick answers, and living with unanswered questions creates anxiety. This isn't weakness, it's awareness. But awareness without grounding can turn into constant unease. 4. Perfectionism. High intelligence often comes with high standards. You don't just want things done, you want them done right, perfectly, efficiently, optimally. The problem is, perfectionism doesn't motivate, it intimidates. If the outcome can't meet your internal standard, you delay starting, you revise endlessly, you avoid finishing. Psychologically, perfectionism is often fear, disguised as discipline. Fear of wasting potential, fear of being exposed, fear of falling short of what you know you could be. 5. Social disconnection. Highly intelligent people often feel out of sync socially. Conversations feel shallow. Humor doesn't always land. Small talk feels draining. This doesn't mean smarter people are antisocial. It means they process differently. They think faster. They connect ideas differently. They care about different things. Over time, this creates loneliness, even when surrounded by others. You can be understood intellectually, yet feel unseen emotionally. 6. Decision fatigue. Highly intelligent people don't just decide, they calculate. Every choice comes with analysis. Pros, cons, risks, alternatives, consequences. But the brain has limited energy. When too much thinking is applied to every decision, mental exhaustion sets in. Eventually, even simple choices feel overwhelming. What to start, what to reply, what to focus on. The result: delay, avoidance, burnout. Not because you can't decide, but because you've thought too much. 7. Fear of wasted potential. This is one of the heaviest burdens of high intelligence. You know what you're capable of. You can imagine better outcomes, better versions of yourself. And when reality doesn't match that vision, guilt appears. You should be further. You should be doing more. You're wasting your intelligence. This internal pressure doesn't inspire, it suffocates. Psychologically, the brain links self-worth to performance. And when performance slows, identity feels threatened. 8. Difficulty starting. Here's the final and most dangerous struggle. Highly intelligent people often struggle to begin, not because they don't know what to do, but because they see too much, too many paths, too many risks, too many expectations. So they wait, they prepare, they think one more time, and time passes. This creates a painful illusion. I'm smart, but stuck. The truth is simpler. Action feels risky when awareness is high. The truth no one tells you. Intelligence doesn't automatically create success. It creates capacity. What matters is how that capacity is used. Smart people don't need more thinking. they need more movement. The brain doesn't gain confidence from planning, it gains confidence from experience. Action teaches safety. Movement reduces anxiety. Doing rewires thinking. How to work with your intelligence, not against it. Here's the shift. Stop trying to think your way into confidence. Start acting your way into clarity. Trade perfect plans for imperfect motion. Reduce decisions. Start smaller than feels logical. Ask yourself, what is the simplest next step an average person would take? Then take it. Your intelligence will catch up after you move. Final words. High intelligence is not a flaw, but unmanaged intelligence becomes a weight. You don't need to become less smart. You need to become less trapped in your mind. Progress isn't about thinking better. It's about moving sooner. And once you do, your intelligence becomes a tool, not a cage. If this felt personal, you're not alone. And if this helped you understand yourself a little bit better, you're already moving forward.